What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? This is Renebean. Welcome to another episode of eBay / Mercari Game Deals Unboxing. A very special episode because, as you see, it is just one package, one humongous box. I thought about saving it until I got some more packages up like I normally do, but this is so special, it's got to be its own episode. This is the series I started up because I wanted to show you guys that yes, you can game hunt online with a little bit of patience and know-how. You can find deals better than you can out in the wild sometimes. Beef up your collection and maybe make a few bucks on top of that, because I get people all the time telling me they don't have flea markets and yard sales. You don't necessarily need them if you know what to look for online. So anyways, guys, this was $168 right here. I am so excited. I don't know if you can tell. Hell, I'm so excited I made its own episode just for this box. Let's open this thing up and see what we got. Alright guys, so first of all, this box is so big, I have to set it on the floor and I have to pull things out one by one. If anybody wants to call shenanigans, go to the sold listings on eBay. I kind of wanted to keep this secret until I'm actually doing this unboxing now. But you can see this was a sold listing. Hopefully we got everything that we've ordered. There has been times where things have been missing or things have been damaged, but that's why we do this series. You know, it's also a little bit of evidence if you ask me. But I'm so excited about this. A little bit of backstory. You got to kind of look at my dumbass hands here for a minute. So I was on eBay. I check it, you know, periodically throughout the day, like all of you should. Hit the newly listed, hit the ending soonest, and I hit the ending soonest, and I saw that there was this one auction going on. It had 2 minutes left. I was like, all right, no one has bid on it. The title of it, I'm trying to remember exactly. I need to start taking screenshots of this stuff so I can put it in the video. But the actual title of it was something like multiple game systems and games or something like that. And the thumbnail that he used was a clone system. It was like some retro duo or something like that. So I click on it, you know, it's 2 minutes left. No one has bid. The bid was $150 and then there was like $18 shipping. I looked at it, I clicked on it, and this is going to be like a learning example for two ways, as a seller and as a buyer. So as a seller, this is what you should not do when listing an item. Take your pictures, of course. He took pictures of, there was consoles, as you'll see, and then he showed the accessories for the consoles, like the controllers. He didn't show the games, not in the actual spot where you would check the games. He actually embedded them in the description that I found out later. Keep in mind, I only had 2 minutes for this auction. So I'm scrolling down and I'm reading them. I'm like, where are these games at? I don't see them. I'm looking through his description and he had a list of the games. He actually wrote them down. So I'm reading the actual list and I'm like, no one's bid on this? Are people crazy? Are they that lazy? Are they just looking at the title and the available pictures? I put a bid down of $200. No one else bid. I won it. $150 plus the shipping. And it turns out he paid $26 for shipping and I only had to pay, what, $18 for it. I guess that's another thing. Always make sure you're weighing your stuff and boxing it correctly before you do that for something this big. I won it. And the craziest thing is, after I won it, I was so excited. I was like, damn, that was a great deal. That's definitely worth it. I'm sitting here looking at the pictures now that I finally found them. I'm like, oh my God, this was a phenomenal deal right here. So as you're going to see as I open this up, I'm talking a lot here, but you kind of needed to know the backstory. And as a buyer, the one thing that you should do, read the description. Look all throughout. Just don't look at the title. Don't look at the thumbnail. Look everywhere. Look as far as you can. I have seen other listings where people leave out the most beautiful of details and they don't sell their item. This would have sold. And he had like a buy it now of $375. I would have bought it now at that price once you see some of this stuff. But he listed it poorly. I hopped on it. He had a feedback of like 300 too, I believe. So he had some experience, I guess. Oh well, I mean, I hit the auction and I hit it big on this one. So as you're going to see, guys, eBay is definitely not dead for finding these deals. So let me crack this box open and we are going to, oh my God, hold on a second. It is a big box. This has to be a 24, like it's got to be like a 24 by 18 by 18. It's huge. Oh my God. Hopefully it's not filled with a bunch of nothing. Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's all here, baby. Woo! Alright guys, let me try to, I want to move some of these games aside. I want to show you the systems first. So, I like how he wraps up like the cheapest items. I wish I could show you this here, but it's crazy. Actually, I can show you. Let me pull the camera down. You can see this box we're about to go through. It's all over the place. Let me fix this tripod back up. I'm excited about this box right here. This is what he had listed. This was his thumbnail. That is a terrible thumbnail considering he had actual real systems in there. When I do a thumbnail, when I'm listing something of this magnitude, I will get a very far back picture and I will try to get everything in that shot because there are a lot of lazy people when it comes to buying. They just want to see everything clear. If they don't see something that interests them, they'll move on. I actually read the descriptions, I'll read the titles, and I'll investigate. I had 2 minutes to do this and I got this, so that's actually kind of cool. That'll be bundled later on. Oh my god, let's see here. Move aside, games. Alright, so we got an NES right here. I don't know if there's anything in it. No, nothing in the NES, but that's fine. There are games. Alright, we got a Super Nintendo. A little bit yellowed. Assuming it works. If not, we can probably work on it. Let's see here. You can hear he didn't wrap any of these games up. But that's okay. He's just... I'm guessing I'm going to say inexperienced. I mean, when it comes to games, obviously, because I don't know if he wanted to look them up or what. But that's okay. Oh my goodness. So there are 2 controllers. I'm not going to pull all this stuff out. This video is going to be too long. We got a lot of games to go through. There's the AV cables. There is the power packs. There's controllers for both systems, and then the other system, of course, which was complete in box. Let's go through some of these games now. If we do a recap here. Whenever I have a fully working Super Nintendo and a refurbished, SNES or a refurbished NES, 60, that's right there, that's $110. I only paid $160 for this, throw that retro duo thing, whatever that is. That's probably the rest of it right there. The games, I'm excited for this lot. I know some of y'all can tell when there's excitement in my voice. So let's start pulling them out. Alright, I'm just going to kind of run through them. Killer Instinct Super Nintendo. Primal Rage, awesome. Here's a good one. Super Mario Kart, very cool. Let me see if I can move this camera here so we can get a better shot there. Alright. Oh, this is wonderful stuff. Super Mario All-Stars with the covers, which I like to keep because I don't have that many. Here's one that I didn't have. It's not worth much, but it's one that I needed. Super Battle Tanks, very awesome. Mortal Kombat, very cool. This is one of those examples where you can't be scared to drop the money. I was willing to drop $200. Hell, had I read it in time, I probably would have been stupid and did the buy it now. But then when I saw no one bid on it, that's when I just ran out of time. And I was like, screw it, let's just bid. We want it, guys. All right. Gotta have your Donkey Kong Country. That's a classic. Aladdin, very awesome. Genesis is better. Let's see the comments go crazy after that one. Donkey Kong Country 2 with the cover on it. Super Black Bass. That's like the only filler game in this lot. Gotta have your Super Mario World, of course. This guy had excellent taste in games. Absolutely, because, I mean, you got some titles here. Tetris Attack 2, or not 2, but Tetris Attack. I don't think I had this. If I do, that's great because it's an extra. But if I don't, that's great because I get to add it. Alright. This is cool. I didn't have this one. Phalanx. I can't ever pronounce shit right. But I love that cover. Look at the old dude on his banjo. This is one that I know I didn't have. Oh man, it's getting hard for me to keep up with this stuff. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, very awesome. Now I know what some of you guys thinking, like, ain't no way you... Oh yeah, go to the sold listings, man. I ain't BSing you. We're not done, guys. Oh, it just gets better. Alright, where would we be without a game that I don't have that's a good game? Brawl Brothers right there, that's awesome. Oh, check it out. Battletoads and Battle Maniacs. Very cool. That's just awesome to see that. Let's see if there's any other Super Nintendo games, because I can't damn remember. Alright, we got Mortal Kombat 2. We got Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I'm telling you guys, this was a lot. And let's see, is there any more Super? There is one Super Nintendo game. We're going to look at the end here. You're going I discovered that game long after I paid for this lot, and I was like, I can't believe that's in there. I mean, it was just oh my god. Alright, so we got some NES games here. Let's go through those. We got one I didn't have, Wario Woods. Very awesome. I got that for Super, but not for NES. Here's another one that I did not have. 1943, The Battle of Midway. Here's one that I do have, obviously. Cobra Triangle. You gotta have Super Mario Brothers 3. I mean, come on. They got the dust cover too. Oh, let's pull them out. Here's one that I did not have, an unlicensed game, which is Puzzle. Actually, I gotta double check. Puzzle, very cool. We got a copy of Yoshi right there, speaking of puzzle games. Very awesome. We got a copy of Vindicators right here. I'm pretty sure I have that 10 game. Let's see, we got, this is one that I did not have. Battle Tank right here. Silent Service. Oh, I'll tell you, I did forget this for Super Nintendo, and that is a Game Genie. I mean, you gotta have a Game Genie. You got some good games like this. You get pissed off, you gotta bust that thing in there every now and then. Oh, let's see, any other NES games? Nope, except for this one, which is Mega Man 6. Very awesome. And everything else, the rest in that bucket is the cords, the controller. There is one NES controller, 3 power adapters, I don't know why, 3 RF switches, and 4 Super Nintendo controllers. That's excellent. Let's go over some of these Super Nintendo manuals that came with. This is such an epic lot. There's the Phalanx, Donkey Kong Country 2, Super Mario World. This one's in a little rough shape. Super Mario All-Stars. Here's a good one I don't have. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Very cool. Oh, we got instruction manuals to games. I didn't... They weren't in here. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, they weren't part of the lot. I would have seen them, but that's cool. We got Gradius. Very awesome. I didn't have that. Check that one out. Hyper Zone. Hoo-hoo. We got Dr. Mario, which obviously that game wasn't in there, but maybe he just threw this stuff in there because the guy's just awesome. Mario Paint. And this is another thing too, guys. Once I won that lot, just like with Mercari, they can cancel. If he didn't get the amount of money he wanted for this, he does risk negative feedback, but he could cancel the order. Mercari's bad for that because they do not punish sellers for doing that. So I messaged him and I said, I'm excited about this lot. There's a handful of games that I get to add to my collection. Thank you for posting this. You know, I'm just saying it just like that, just so he knows that, yes, I want this lot. Don't cancel it. And he's like, you know, I got a 64 and a Sega Genesis lot that he hasn't posted. I was like, well, sure, send me pictures. But they were just minor lots, nothing that I wanted. So anyways, what else? Oh, this is awesome. I didn't have this. The Super Mouse, or the Super NES Mouse instruction booklet. And then, of course, we got Donkey Kong Country. A little bit rough. And, what was it? Two copies of Donkey Kong Country? Alright. I can deal with that. Guys, are you ready for that Super Nintendo game? The one that I discovered well after all this? Mr. Nuts. Come on, man! That is awesome. I didn't have this game. That is a pretty damn high-end game right there. I can't remember what it sells for. Somewhere between like 70, 90 bucks, depending on what the market's looking like. That is awesome, guys. I paid $168 for everything you see right here. Obviously with the consoles. Obviously with the games. Hell, you can look in the box now. And you can see all the controllers, everything else there with it. Guys, this was phenomenal. You can game hunt online. Make sure you're reading your descriptions. Make sure you're listing everything properly. And look at this, guys. This is proof in the pudding right here. I mean, if you people who say, oh, you're not getting this stuff or you're not getting good deals, like, yeah, it's your damn mind. But anyways, guys, I wanted to make this a very special episode because obviously this was a mega lot right here. So anyways, guys, Excuse me, I know this episode came out. I know we had a Mercari eBay unboxing a few days back, but this is more of a special episode. Of course, I got other packages in the future that will be saved up and some, other amazing scores. But anyways, guys, I want you all to take care and enjoy the rest of your day.